My research partner's body was never found. This is another one from David Feuling. It's about a marine biologist named Sarah Quinn Bodner that's test diving her new submarine, named Thalassa. At first, everything's fine. Sarah records audio entries documenting everything around her and talking about the status of Thalassa. In one of the entries, she talks about seeing some strange worm like creature outside of her sub. After this, her sub starts to gradually break down. She attempts to go back up to the surface, but the engines go out and she sinks. The next couple entries are basically her saying goodbye to all those close to her, since she's pretty much come to the conclusion that she's gonna die. A couple hours pass, and she then makes another entry, talking about seeing more of those worm like creatures, only she's now able to confirm that it wasn't a worm creature or anything like that. It was a tentacle to a potentially undiscovered species of sea creature of some sort, which gets her kind of excited and basically gives her a little bit of hope that she's not going to die in vain. The tentacles actually grab a hold of the ship and start pulling it down even more. Shortly after Thalassa reaches its maximum depth, the journal entries just end. Effectively, this is the end of the story. I think the strength of this story comes in its claustrophobic setting. The idea of being trapped alone way down in the undiscovered depths of the ocean is a very terrifying idea. To be honest with you, I find the whole thing about the giant undiscovered sea creature a bit out of place. I didn't feel it was that necessary to the story, and since we never actually heard much of a description of it, it just kind of came off as tacked on, and in all honesty, I think the story would have been better off without that little bit. That said, this one is still pretty good. I'm going to give it a B. As I said, the greatest strength of this story comes from its claustrophobic setting. I'd say if you're claustrophobic or afraid of the deep sea, and you're looking for a good scare, then this one's for you. Otherwise,